Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to yet another review on Married to Medicine. Okay, so they have this woman by the name of Taylor that happens to be like a sex therapist. And I wasn't really paying attention to her at first until she started talking about three boyfriends and a husband. That's what she says she has, three boyfriends and a husband. And I was like, wow, wow. Do you have children? Ma'am, do you have children? I just feel like that's a whole lot to juggle, but if you can do it, who the hell am I? Right? So a lot of the ladies are acting appalled and shocked and stuff like they ain't into nothing like that. But Toya sounds like she interested. Okay? She said she may not be interested into threesomes, foursomes, and more sums, but she might want to swang over here and then turn around and swang over there. All right? That's what I was getting from Miss Toya. Now, the ladies did talk about adding new people into their marriage, and Toya kind of gave them like an example of adding new people, but she just kind of like talked about a person staying married for their kids. And she wasn't necessarily talking about herself, but it did come off like, Toya, are you talking about yourself? Because every time we look up, you are kind of disrespecting and dissing your husband and his peen game. For real, for real. Now, if you ask Miss Quad, Quad feels like Toya is ready to smash somebody else or about to already opened up the relationship for her to smash somebody else. So, I mean, I don't know, girl. I don't know, but it ain't looking good. So Simone is like, girl, it's going to be struggles in a marriage. Like, that's just what it is. But if you put God first, then this too shall pass. Okay. So basically just let Toya know, like, girl, just keep working at it, girl. It's going to get a little better. Listen, girl, y'all do what the hell y'all want to do with y'all marriages, girl. Whatever you and your husband agree to is fine by me because I'm not in it, okay? If y'all want to swing over here, swing over there, open it up, close it up, you know what I'm saying? Shit it up, good. Do what it's yours. I don't really care no longer. Do what you want to do. Okay, so then Jackie brings it back to Toya and, not Toya, but I believe Heavenly and Contessa. She's like, listen, this is cute, all this sex talk or whatever, girl, but we really need to talk about the relationships because we came here to rebuild relationships. And primarily, we're talking about Contessa and Heavenly. Everybody has sorted out their issue except for y'all. So Heavenly tells Contessa how she feels like she's powerful or whatever, and she doesn't have to take SHI from a man because it's a man. Right. So now at first Contessa was all cool. Like, I like where we are. We're good. I don't want to, stress the issue. Like, we're okay to be cordial with each other. Like, let's keep it at that. So Heavenly kind of agrees and came in. And Heavenly was trying to give her a compliment, but girl, it really fell flat, child. So Heavenly ended up just letting her know, like, girl, you ain't gotta do certain things because it's a man. And that's what really set Contessa off. Contessa tells Heavenly and everybody that Scott is the father of her kids and her next of kin. And who she chooses to marry is her choice. Okay, so keep your motherfucking opinions about her husband to your motherfucking self. I'm just telling y'all what Contessa says. She says, and if you don't, then guess what? We not fucking with each other, and that's just what it is. So Heavenly says, well, if you're going to badmouth him in public, then don't do it. You know what I'm saying? You sitting up here making yourself look a fool because you up here bad mouthing your husband in public and then you stand with him or whatever the case is. I kind of understand that a little bit. But I feel like that's how relationships are. That's how it goes. And it's not so much as the public, but I feel like you may have a friend that you go to and complain about your dude, but you not doing nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? And at one point, I used to be that friend, like, you look dumb, you look stupid, like, girl, da-da-da-da. But then at the end of the day, it's like, listen, I'm not going to make you feel no way about your relationship, girl. It's yours. I'm going to rock with you either way. You know what I'm saying? However your relationship go won't have an effect on our friendship unless things between you and he get physical. Then I'm gonna have a problem there. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you may be mad at him in this moment and you may not be mad at him later. And a lot of times friends, acquaintances, whoever, when it comes to your relationship, they may hear more so the negative things than they hear the positive things. So when you constantly go to your people and talk to them negatively about your mate, then that's the only view they're gonna have of them. So for Heavenly, she looking at it like, girl, why are you there? Why do you stay? Come on, Neo. Why do you stay? But anyway, girl, there's that. So Contessa says that she will never open up to them again if this ain't a safe space. I feel her on that part too. You know what I'm saying? If this ain't a safe space for me to share my thoughts and you're going to turn around and throw up whatever I said to you when I was in my, low moments or whatever like that, like, girl, you don't ever have to worry about me consulting you about anything ever again, period. Okay? So the ladies, they funny because I'm like, they be stressing the men the hell out. Like the men be outside trying to have a good time, and then next thing you know, they hear all this yelling and stuff. And I'm just cracking up because I don't think the men have ever gone on a trip with these ladies and just had a bit of peace, girl. I just think it's so funny, but they should be used to it by now. They already know what they really getting themselves into. Now, after Contessa and Heavenly gets into it, and Contessa leaves the room, Toya and Heavenly get into it, and Toya's trying to just talk to Heavenly to get her to see where Contessa's coming from or whatever, but Heavenly doesn't want to talk, and then she started throwing insults at Toya, so Toya threw them right back. And I told y'all, Heavenly apologizes in that moment, and it never sticks. It doesn't go anywhere. So I mean, she was just acting like she was so sorry for how she handled herself and whoop 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 and all this other stuff. And then now here she is cussing this lady out again. Girl, I can't. So Toya talks with Quad about the rumors that came out at her party as far as Toya messing around with somebody in the neighborhood or whatever. So Quad looks like she is already on the defense, girl, right out the gate. Just her face, okay, looks like she's on the defense. So Quad says it didn't originate from me. It didn't originate from me, girl. All right. Now, I did repeat it, but it did not come from me. Okay. Now, Quad was pretty much slick calling out Anila in the confessionals. And I'm with Quad on that in the confessionals. Like Anila, I do feel like Anila had a hand in this rumor that got started. 1,000%. And we've already seen how Anila will show herself up to be a person that likes to hide her hands. Okay. All right, she likes to throw rocks and all of that and hide her hands. She be having her hands in the midst of the bullshit, but then be turning around and saying, I have nothing to do with this. I did nothing. I had absolutely nothing to do with this. Like, girl, shut up. But Quad, let's get back to you because you're annoying AF. Annoying AF. Quad, you and Toya damn near the same person, girl, and you sit up there screaming. It's like, why is you screaming? Why is you screaming that? She just immediately got on the defense and started yelling and started screaming. So Toya tells her that she heard the rumor about her smashing the carpenter. She said, so I felt like you brought this up or brought these people at your party to come for me to try and hide the fact that there are rumors out there about you messing with the carpenter. And Toya tells Quad, like, girl, I ain't saying nothing about you. I won't talk about you. Come to find out, Toya heard this rumor, so she says from Simone, okay? And Quad is like, where you heard it? She said, Simone said from a reliable source, okay, close to the person. And Quad said unreliable. So Quad says the person isn't reliable and she can't be giving out her JJ and paying the money that she pays for her home. And I'm like, you can be giving out the JJ, Quad. I don't think anybody is saying that you're sleeping with the contractor, or maybe, I don't know, maybe they are saying that you're sleeping with the contractor in order to get a deal. I guess that is what they're saying, but I feel like two things can exist. If you find interest in the contractor, girl, and you want to holler at them and you want to smash them, you can, and still be out here paying the money. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just what it is that you do. You got the bread. Your intentions and your plan was to spend it, so it is what it is, right? But let's keep going. All right, Simone says that she has a mutual friend with Quad's contractor, and that's where she got that information from. And I'm just kind of like, I don't know if I'm with that, because it's like you ain't get that information directly from the source. You got it by way of. So when y'all be getting this by way of information, I don't know if you should like hold on to it as though it's fact 1,000%, right? But anyway, Quad is just so hype at this moment for whatever reason. Like Quad is just so hype. You know, Quad always do too much. But anyway, so I do feel like it's messed up for them to come for Quad in a sense of feeling as though because she's a single woman, she can't afford a $2 million home. Are you out your fucking mind? Are you out your mind? Just because Toya leans heavily on her husband's finances and Miss Simone, you got your own coin or whatever, that does not mean, like, I feel like you would have had your coin with or without Cecil. So you wouldn't like if somebody said that about you. Like, I mean, Quad probably made investments that probably landed her this money. Ain't no telling, you know, and I hate to say this, I don't know if she probably received any insurance money from anything, you know what I'm saying? I hate to say that, you know. But Miss Girl, you know, of course she be out here working, doing a little bit of whatever she do. Maybe the credit score is just that high. I don't know. But for them to assume that she can't afford this because she a single woman, like, that's some bullshit to me. Anyway, so Toya calls Quad a liar. Love this so much because I feel like Toya has been holding in a lot when it came to Quad these past few episodes. And I loved it. And Toya didn't flinch at all when she said it. Toya calls Quad a liar and says, girl, you have been a liar since I've known you. And I said, yes, Toya, say what the people have been thinking. Say what the people have been thinking, girl. I said, this I believe. I believe it. I do believe Quad fluctuate the truths. I do believe Quad be lying out here in these streets, okay? So I definitely believe that, okay? So anyway, like I said, I love how Toya got with Quad because Quad been trying her for a minute, okay? Toya said, BIT, I've been letting you fucking slide for about 9 years now. I have been letting you slide. And I'm like, yes, Toya, get with her, okay? And Quad could not take Toya in that calmness and the way Toya read her down. So I said, now I will say this. I do not think Quad is jealous of Toya. I don't think that Toya is jealous of Quad. I mean, it might be some jealousy between the ladies, but I don't think I think they just can't take each other. I think they just find each other to be just utterly annoying. I think Toya don't like the fact that Quad be lying and fluctuating the truth. And I think that maybe Toya does the same thing. And Quad just don't like how loud she gets and how anal she is. When really, if that's the case, y'all about don't like each other because y'all close to being the same. The only difference is Quad divorced her husband and you still with yours. Like, I mean, come on. What else? So Quad called so Quad go back in the room where Heavenly is and she started going off talking about some mediocre bitch. It's like going off on all of the ladies and calling them mediocre bitches. But here's the thing. She talking to y'all too, the ones that's listening to her. She not just talking about who was sitting in there, Miss Simone and Toya. She's talking about all of y'all being mediocre, okay? So again, Quad, it's who are you talking to, number one. And then number two, be careful with how you let things slide out that mouth of yours because you also was acting like you were so high and mighty when you had your sister circle, and then now you ain't got that sister circle no more because the show has now been canceled. You know what I'm saying? And you just doing all this big talking stuff. And it's like Quad definitely strikes me as a person that never had any money. And once she got a coin, she had to prove to people that she wasn't broke again. And I'm not saying that anything is wrong with that, but she definitely strikes me as that person because on more than one occasion, she had to remind the people about all the money and how she slipped. And y'all thought that I slipped and now I'm back up and da 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 da. And it's like, you're also one of those people that have to have enemies in order to thrive. You are also one of those people that have to assume that folks are competing with you in order for you to excel in what you're trying to do. Like you have to have somewhat quote unquote competition or thoroughly believe that you have haters in order for like you're not just self-motivated is what it gives to me, but that's just my opinion. And not saying that's wrong because maybe some people do need that. Maybe, that's when they get their best workout or whatever. But Quad definitely be overdoing it for me, okay? Quad says Toya is a difficult person to be friends with, and then she tried to name some things about Toya saying Toya don't have accountability. She's disrespectful to her friends, and I said, Quad, the fucking audacity of you. BIT, you're friends with Dr. Heavenly. The very things you've described in Toya are the very things within your best friend, Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly has dragged you on social media on more than one occasion, said that your booty is fake, said that you sleep with married men. Dr. Heavenly has dragged you and lacked accountability in what she did and said. And then you sit up here and still want to try and down Toya and drag Toya. It makes me think, does Toya have information on you that you just really can't stand? Or is Toya still good friends with Mariah or something like that and you can't stand? Was Toya still advocating for Mariah to be on the show when all the rest of y'all didn't want her on there type thing? Like, what is your real deal issue with Toya? And that's why I'm glad Eugene is going to ask her that when we get to the reunion. But I don't know. We're going to see how it play out because some part of me also didn't kind of like how he got loud. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's a valid question. Watch your tone. Okay? Because he definitely asked her, like, what do you got against, what you got against us? What you got? I ain't got nothing against y'all. That's what I want to know because you don't come at nobody else on this cast the way that you come at Toya. So it's definitely giving that you have an issue with them. For real, for real. As no matter how much you say that you don't. And it might be that maybe Toya and Mariah are still good friends. And Quad is still salty about that friendship in some capacity. I don't know, but I don't like it. All right. But I definitely feel like Quad is full of it. Especially when she made that statement. Toya is a difficult person to be friends with. Oh my God. She lacks accountability. She's disrespectful to her friends. All of this stuff. And BIT, that's Dr. Heavenly. So anyway, they have a pastor to come out and preach and talk about friendships and stuff, and I'm sitting up here watching it like, girl, why y'all couldn't go inside? You mean to tell me it wasn't enough room for him to preach his sermon inside? Maybe he wanted to be outside because of the virus or whatever like that. But it's like, girl, if you got to do all that, just phone a friend. Girl, Zoom call in and give us the speech. Like, we did not need you to drive all the way out here for an hour to drive all the way back, wasting people's time. Anyway, they get to the table. Toya pieces out, gets the hell on. I don't think I've ever seen Bravo when it comes to Married to Medicine in the show, or really any of their shows, and mainly the black ones that I watch. I don't recall ever seeing them in the show on a trip. I would have thought that we would have at least gotten a chance to see them get back into their normal capacity, reflect on how the trip went for them, and then turn around and close out the show on that episode. Like, they could have chopped up some stuff from this particular episode and then gave us at least what was going on in the lives once everybody returned, and then they could have closed out the show. However they could have finessed that, and they didn't. I don't understand what that was about. But the reunion is coming up next week. Before we get to the reunion, Audra and her husband did announce that they are having a child, and Dr. Heavenly says that she wants to be the godmama, girl. We'll see how that's going to go. But I'm looking forward to this reunion. I just want to see how it's going to play out. I want Anila to be called out for her FS. I want Quad to be called out for any FS she contributed to as well while at her house, and the drama with Toya. What else? That's pretty much it. I mean, I feel like none of the other ladies really gave outside. I mean, yeah, Simone didn't really give a lot. Jackie didn't really give a lot. Contessa and Heavenly had it out. Toya, Anila, yes. Toya, Audra, yes. I don't even know if Audra was even at the reunion. She probably was giving birth, which is why she probably wasn't there. And then also Toya and Quad. So we'll just see what it's going to give, honey. That's all that I got for you guys on this Married to Medicine finale review. I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie, that's me. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.